easy to overstate a problem.
Question number 2, Tim Macindoe. Order. I've called Tim Macindoe. Question number 2.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. What steps have the government taken to increase incomes and to give businesses the confidence to invest and create new jobs?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the government has taken many steps, including a long-term investment in infrastructure, reforming the tax system to reward savings and productive investment, lifting education standards, cutting red tape, continued reform of the public sector, and investing heavily in science and innovation. All of this is helping to build business confidence, because in the end, sustainable jobs come from confident businesses investing, feeding off the proceeds of New Zealand selling its goods to the world, not off unsustainable jobs from fast-growing government and debt-funded housing booms.
Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What are some of the positive results from the government's economic program?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, one positive result is that the New Zealand economy has grown in 7 of the past 8 quarters, and in this 12 months is likely to grow faster than the Australian economy. But probably the most important thing is that these policies have assisted with the creation of 43,000 new jobs in the past 12 months. And Treasury predicts that if we can stay on track with sensible policies, about 170,000 new jobs will be created over the next 4 years.
Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In terms of rising incomes, how has the increase in the after-tax average wage left more money in the pockets of hard-working New Zealanders?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, changes in the after-tax average wage are a combination of both wage increases and tax reductions. We don't know the situation of every New Zealander, but the after-tax average wage is rising faster than inflation. In the year to March, the after-tax average wage rose 7.4% compared to inflation of 5.3%, a real increase of 2.1% after all cost of living increases and the one-off rise in GST. And households on those wages are enjoying the benefits of the lowest interest rates in 45 years.
Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What policy ideas would undermine economic confidence and put the good progress to date at risk?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, any policy ideas that undermine business confidence with unnecessary red tape, any policy ideas that mean more spending and expansion of government, and particularly spending that's financed by higher taxes and more debt. These would be corrosive of growth in New Zealand, but also make the New Zealand economy more vulnerable when the world is so volatile and unpredictable.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
When does Treasury project that his policies will return unemployment back to 4.3%, which it was when he took office?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I don't think the forecasts do show a return to that. But that member will not be taken seriously till he understands that that unemployment rate was based on unsustainable economic growth fed by rapid government spending and excessive...
Order. It's a fairly straight question. The point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
I seek leave the House to table a document prepared by the Parliamentary Library showing that Treasury forecasts that by 2025 that 4.3% rate is not yet attained.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
How many jobs were created in the last quarter under his government's policies, and how does that compare with the growth of the working age population?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, I can't give the member those numbers, but in the last 12 months 43,000 jobs were created, and that is a major achievement given that it was done in during the fallout from a global recession. And what's more, they're real and sustainable jobs, not jobs based on excessive borrowing for a housing boom and a rapid expansion of government spending, which was unsustainable and unaffordable. Those weren't real jobs.
Order. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table a document prepared by the Parliamentary Library which shows that the number of persons employed in the last reported quarter increased by 1,000, while the working age population increased by 5,000.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 3, Sue Kedgley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. A question